The video you are about to see was prepared to provide the public with information about a use of force incident involving a police officer in the city of Wildwood on July 12, 2020. Any charges that may have been filed in this incident are merely accusations, and defendants are presumed innocent until and unless they are proven guilty. The purpose of this video is to inform the public of the use of force review process for this incident.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey Sutherland, the Cape May County Prosecutor. This critical incident community briefing is intended to provide you with information about a police use of physical force incident involving the Wildwood Police Department that occurred in the 3700 block of Pacific Avenue in Wildwood on July 12, 2020. An investigation was initiated by my office to uncover the facts surrounding an 11-second video released on social media that showed a Wildwood police officer striking an individual with his fist. Prior to the police arriving at the pizzeria and prior to any of the video footage you are about to see, we learned through our investigation that there was a fight taking place inside the pizzeria that is not captured in any video that my agency has been provided. The person seen in the 11-second video was part of a group of 5 people who arrived together at the pizzeria. 5 of the 6 who were arrested, including the person in the video, were involved in the fight inside the pizzeria and the interactions that followed. A 6th person who was arrested was not in the pizzeria or part of the group and was not directly involved in the fight. Based on our investigation, the fight started when one member of the group of individuals in the pizzeria threw hot sauce in the face of a pizzeria employee. When a coworker came to see what was happening, she was struck twice in the head by another one of the 5 members of the group. Other patrons in the pizzeria then intervened on behalf of the employees, resulting in a large fight. The police arrived as the fight was taking place. The police were trying to remove the people involved in the fight from the pizzeria, including the person depicted in the 11-second video. The video you are about to see will show that he was physically resisting arrest and engaged with the police for approximately 3 minutes prior to what you see in the 11-second video. The Cape May County Prosecutor's Office, in accordance with the Attorney General Directive related to police use of force, conducts very thorough use of force investigations, which typically require investigators to interview multiple witnesses, review numerous hours of video footage, and at times analyze a significant amount of forensic evidence. We have completed the preliminary investigation, which addresses simply whether any of the officers involved violated any laws that could result in charges against the officers for excessive use of force. Before watching the videos and the accompanying explanations, a word of caution. The images and language you are about to see may be disturbing. When a police officer uses force to arrest a suspect or defend against an attack, it may be graphic and difficult to watch. In addition, there may be strong language used by those shown in the video. Your discretion is advised, especially for young children. The next part of the presentation will be explained by Sergeant Aaron Sykes of the Cape May County Prosecutor's Professional Standards Unit.
Hello. I'm Detective Sergeant Aaron Sykes of the Cape May County Prosecutor's Office Professional Standards Unit. We were tasked by the prosecutor to review the facts surrounding the use of force incident that occurred in the early morning hours of July 12, 2020, the 3700 block of Pacific Avenue in the city of Wildwood. Wildwood police officers were in the area for routine foot patrol when they observed and responded to a fight inside Romeo's Pizza. Responding officers observed a large fight in progress and attempted to break up and disperse the fight at 2:59 a.m. Officers contact an individual who is later seen on video being struck by a Wildwood police officer inside the pizzeria and is removed from the establishment at 3 a.m. in 34 seconds. The subject is told he is under arrest 6 seconds later by a Wildwood police officer. The subject is walked by Wildwood police officers across Pacific Avenue to remove him from the crowd that has gathered on Pacific Avenue. The subject is not complying with officers and is actively resisting his hands being placed behind his back and into handcuffs. The following videos will show what I have just explained.
hit woman, man.
You hit woman?
Yeah.
Yeah, like why are you hitting the female?
Back, no, let's go! Get out!
No.
You're under arrest. You're under arrest. Yeah, I got it. Relax.
Let him go. Let him go.
Touch her. Baby, relax.
Somebody get her! Give me your hand.
Nah, you on some bullshit.
In the middle of that.
I didn't touch nothing.
Face the wall.
I didn't
Face
touch
the
nothing.
wall.
Because I watched it. Stand over there.
You can stand there, man. Give me your hand.
Girl, I already know.
Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. Behind it. Are you gonna put your hands behind your back?
Man, make sure my girl alright, bro. I ain't do nothing. Like the fuck are y'all talking about? Man, make sure my girl alright.
Stand back.
Man, make sure my girl alright.
I will take care of you.
Man, make sure my girl alright. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm telling you, my girl ain't alright, bro. Like, man, make sure my fucking girl alright, man. Man, nah, make sure my girl alright, bro.
Relax. Listen.
Man, make sure my fucking girl alright, nigga. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about, man. Man, make sure my fucking girl alright.
She alright, man. She alright.
Man, nah, where's she at then?
Right here. She
Where
right
the fuck,
here.
nah, that's not my girl, nigga, that's her sister.
Oh, okay.
Man, where the fuck my girl at? Nigga? Hey, man, where the fuck my girl at? Man, where the fuck my girl at, nigga?
Get on your back.
Man, where the
Under
fuck my
arrest.
girl at? Man, I don't give
Under
a fuck
arrest.
what y'all talking about.
Come on, flip him over, Sarge. Flip him
Man,
over.
where the fuck my girl at?
Get on your back.
Man, where the fuck my girl at?
Get on your Give me your hand!
Punch me in my face.
Give me your hand!
Man, you punch me in my face. Where my girl at? Man, where my girl at? Nah, where's Sosa at?
I'm trying to find her.
Relax.
Man, where my girl at, bro?
Lift up this hand. It's called on his shirt, sir. Alright, that's one.
Wild as shit for that. You punched me in my shit. Man, you punched me in my shit. What's your name?
Boys.
You punched me in my shit first.
Now. Stand
Man, get the fuck off me. I don't give a fuck what y'all do. Man, I'm straight, nigga. Man, make sure you get the fuck off me.
We're gonna stand you up.
This is surveillance video captured by a nearby establishment of the arrest of the subject removed from the pizzeria. During the review of body-worn camera footage worn by the Wildwood Police Department officers, the subject was given the following instructions over 3 minutes by various officers. You are under arrest 8 times. Relax 14 times. Put your hands behind your back 3 times. Give me your hands 2 times. Get on your back 3 times. At 3:02 and 43 seconds, the subject is taken to the ground by officers and is still not compliant with being placed into handcuffs. At 3:03 and 1 second, the subject elbows an officer in the chest. 1 second later, an arresting officer strikes the subject in the face, attempting to gain compliance. Immediately after that, the subject strikes the officer in the left lower jaw. Immediately, the officer strikes the subject 7 to 8 times with a closed fist in the head or face. The subject continues to actively resist being placed into handcuffs. 1 minute after the officer initially struck the subject is placed into handcuffs. 30 seconds later, the subject is brought to a standing position and walked to a transport vehicle. At 3:05 and 40 seconds, the subject is placed into a transport vehicle for transport to the Wildwood Police Department. This video is a slowed down version of the previous video you have just seen to show the exchange between the arresting officer and the subject.
My finding at the end of the preliminary investigation is that no charges can nor should be filed against any of the officers involved. Based on the circumstances presented, the officers involved did not exceed the legal standard of use of force to effectuate an arrest of a subject who was actively resisting arrest, as outlined in the Attorney General Directive on Use of Force and further defined in the statutory and case law in New Jersey. This does not end the investigation. The Wildwood Police Department's Internal Affairs Unit will continue to investigate and analyze this incident and will continue to interview any new witnesses that may come forward, and the County Prosecutor's Office will assist them. This administrative investigation and review of this matter could result in discipline against the officer and officers and/or require training of the officers involved or the department as a whole. After the investigation is completed, the Wildwood Police Department's Internal Affairs Unit will forward its findings to the Chief of Police, who will make his recommendation regarding any discipline and/or additional training. Now that the formal presentation is over, I want the public to know that each day that our law enforcement officers report for duty, the last thing they want to do is have to resort to the use of force to carry out their sworn duties. As County Prosecutor, I can speak for myself and for all the chiefs in our county that we engage in community outreach programs to build trust and transparency, and we institute policies to make sure that our sworn law enforcement officers have the proper training and only use force when it is appropriate. As Chief Law Enforcement Officer of the county, it will be my mission, and it will remain to be my mission for as long as I'm County Prosecutor, to make sure that during unfortunate situations where force must be used by law enforcement officers, that it is done in an unbiased manner and in such a way that the public is confident that it was only done to carry out the duties required by the officer based on the circumstances he was presented.